I'm gonna get back to that story, Sonny. Just, just you listen to Boomer Great One. He's gonna tell you about how it was back in the olden days, back before fire, back when we walked uphill for everything. In fact, we didn't even have a concept of downhill because there was no downhill. Everything was uphill. We thought that was normal. We didn't even have a word for it because there was no alternative. It was uphill all the time. You just need to reach down and grab yourselves by your bootstraps and pull yourselves up, Sonny. Because when I was your age, I bought a house for $25,000. And I made that money on my paper route and bussing tables at the local cafe. And if I could do it, you can do it too. You just need to reach down and pull yourself up and just buckle up there, buckaroo. God, I hate boomers.
So I got a question, and I'm afraid I'm asking people who are, I don't even think even being intellectually dishonest. I know many people are politically motivated. I know many people are blinded by hate. I know a lot of people are just not that intelligent, but I will pay. I will mail you a wheat penny to show you my intellectual honesty. Who doesn't like wheat pennies? I will mail someone a wheat penny if they can tell me and show me, not some, I don't want to see a Mother Jones article. I want to see some legit where Donald Trump was going to take somebody's rights away, where he said it's part of his platform, or he said it like there's the, yeah, we're going to take the, because I'm looking at the reaction of the left on Trump, and fine, he's, I'll be honest, he's a buffoonish person. He said some childish, dumb things. I can see where you don't like the guy, but I'm trying to go back where the guy ever said, and we're going to prevent you from doing X. Or we're taking away this Bill of Rights here. Yeah, we're taking away 3, 7, and 5. Because, okay, you don't like Donald Trump. He might deport some people. I'm looking at him like he should have been the most popular Democrat president ever. He gave you guys stimmy chicks. He gave you what you wanted. Apparently, it wasn't enough. But nowhere did I see Trump say, or anyone say Trump said, I'm taking away this particular right. But then you hear the left. And again, I don't know if they're mental or you guys just are ignorant or then there are people literally, I fear for my life. I fear for my friend's life. I said, where was the part he was going to round up people and ship them off in cattle cars? I missed that part. And if it ever happened, I wouldn't have voted for the guy. Where was it that he is like, oh, no, we're taking away whatever. The right to free speech, the right to vote. He did not. I'll get to the abortion thing in a second here. I'm trying to figure out, and then people saying, "Oh my God, I fear for my safety." It's like, well, you didn't die from 2016, well, technically 2017 to 2021 because you inaugurated them, but during the first Trump administration, no one died. There weren't goons in the streets doing goose steps, marching people off to cars. And so I'm maybe it's a complete blind spot, but I will send someone a wheat penny if you could say, "Oh no, he wants to take." You see this right here, whether it's enshrined in the Constitution or the Bill of Rights or something that we have agreed to as a right. I don't know. He says he's going to take that away. I'm like, all right, but I'm going to provide some definitions here. Right? You do not have a right to welfare. Which, by the way, he gave a tremendous amount away. But welfare isn't a right. Housing isn't a right. Okay? I don't care what your teachers and guidance counselors in the media told you. You're not entitled to other people's labor to provide you free shit. That's not a right. Rights are things that the government cannot assail or people could take away from you. Like I have the right to, you have the freedom of religion. The government cannot force a religion on you, except unless it's woke Marxist ideology. Then we can force it. You understand? I have the right to do something. I don't have an entitlement from other people, but I have the right to drive down the highways. I have the right to interact with who I want. You cannot infringe upon my right to hang out with who I want. I have the right to travel, right? You can't get in my way of traveling, right? Those are rights, not entitlements. I want a free education. Well, fuck you, pay for it. Why do we have to? That person has the right not to be enslaved by you to pay for your education. Do you understand? All right. So if you want your wheat penny, it can't be, oh, he's taking away our rights to a free car and housing. No. He's just preventing you from enslaving other people to work up the money to pay for your shit. You're too lazy to work for yourself. Right? That's not a right. Like, rights don't cost other people things. For example, if you have the freedom of speech, I don't have to pay for it, right? You want to travel down the road. Well, that doesn't affect me none. You want to have gay sex or marry same sex or be trans, like, okay, well, yeah, that's fine. That's you. You're not costing me a thing, right? It's to limit the control and abuse of government from preventing you from living your fucking life. Those are rights. So don't come up, hey, dang it, he's going to end affirmative action. He's going to, fine. Good. But I want to see where he's preventing you from doing something. And the second thing is, no, it's not abortion. One, that was brought about by a lawsuit that went to the Supreme Court during the Biden administration. You are correct that due to nominations to the Supreme Court, I believe it was Comey, it was a conservative Supreme Court, and you could argue that had Trump not been elected and Comey not been nominated, that then you would still have Roe versus Wade. But you're wrong there again because you are ignorant. You still have the right to have an abortion in this country. You have to go to the states that allow it. Well, how many times I'm going to have to explain this? That's a good thing if you are pro-choice, which I am. You do not want the right to a thing necessarily enshrined at the federal level. Because if, like, let's say you're Democrat, they obviously are pro-choice. That's cool at the federal level if the right to an abortion is there and it's a Democrat-controlled presidency. What if it's a Republican-controlled presidency the next time? They say, nope, no abortions throughout the entire nation. That's not what Trump did. Trump didn't do anything. What the lawsuit did, and the Supreme Court agreed with this, is, no, you're right. That's not a federal right or federal issue. That goes to the states. The states can, just like gun laws or drinking age or whatever. And there's another corollary if you want to take a look at it. For example, which I disagree with, and there's grounds now with the abortion ruling coming in. The government said, oh, you'd like federal funds for highway dollars? All right, the drinking age is 21 now. Beforehand, the states determined it. Some 18, some 19, some 21. Like, one, get the fuck out of here, federal government. Wouldn't you like to have it if states had an 18? Where do you get more freedom? Were individual states that are immune to federal wishes say, no, fuck you, it's a state's rights, fuck off. We're allowing everyone to have a gun in Texas. No, fuck you, federal government. We're California. We're gonna ban guns or allow for abortion. In other words, having one entity determine for the entire law of the land whether or not abortion, drinking age, whatever is permitted. At least now, yeah, I don't know what the breakdown is, but I got to imagine at least half the states allow for abortion, while maybe the other half don't, or some qualified, like up to a certain age or term of pregnancy. Do you see how it's more secure? Oh my God, you might have to take a bus ride across state lines. But at least you got a bunch of states that enshrine it and make sure, as opposed to one entity, the federal government, depends on who's elected. So I don't want to hear, oh, he's taking away the right to abortion. Okay. And even then, I'd be like, okay, and what are the other rights? Tell me what the other rights are. I'll give you that one. Sure. Okay. It's not true. Fine. Pat you on the head. Yep, you're right. Trump's going to take away abortion, which results in the meme. I don't know if you girls have seen it, where the world is on fire and as long as I can have abortions. But abortion, there's nuclear bombs going off. Okay, let's just have, I know that's very important. Outside of that, a free wheat penny, I'll mail it to you. First person to come up with it. If 7 people come up, oh, didn't you know there was this article that showed he was on record? Oh, yeah, he wants to take away the right to, I'm trying to think, a right to K through 12 education. All right. And if I stand correct, I'll mail the first person who comes up with that. But otherwise, I'm still trying to figure out what rights he's trying to take away from you all. And I'd love to see where he's threatening people's lives. Or is it just you're a bunch of welfare parasites who don't want to work and you think that welfare and EBT and free housing, free rent, that's a right? Meanwhile, you are literally enslaving other people to pay for that right. It's not a right, it's an entitlement. There is a difference. Because if it's just, he's going to take away my free gimme that's, fuck you, that's not a right. And if you forget the fact you're parasitic and taking money from other people, you need to differentiate. Say you would be right. Say he's going to take away our entitlements. That might be the case, right? That would be true. Although, given I don't how many trillions did you want him to spend with stimmy checks? What is the great line from Sherlock Holmes? Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law, make it count. Jude Law's got one shot. He shoots, he messes it up. Robert Downey Jr. comes in. How many windows of opportunities must I provide? Oh, but yeah, let me know. Let me know. I want to know. I do. But I don't want to hear, oh, he's going to take away my free shit. No, he's just liberating other people from your enslavement. Oh, my abortion. No, that's over in the States now. Because if it is like, oh, yeah, he was going to round up people and start shooting them, I'd be, oh, whoa, hang on for a second. Or, yeah, he's striking this group of people don't got this right anymore. I'd be like, whoa, hang on. That is fascist. That is, show me his fascist policies. But I'd strongly first recommend you familiarize yourself with fascist policies and what fascist governments did in the past. Oh, and no, he's going to deport illegal aliens. Like that has nothing to do with what? They're not citizens. They're not supposed to be here. That's not even a right. What that's not a rights issue. Oh, I wonder if it's kind of everyone wants to broaden the definition of rights so they can get free shit, not work, and not having a responsibility. Like I have a right to like not face the consequences of my choices. I'm wondering. Let me see if I got anyone in here in the comments section as right now. If anyone has come up with, because I know my audience, you guys will tell me like, oh yeah, there was this one time he said the thing. He seems to be a 10th Amendment absolutist. All right, let me take a look. What's the 10th Amendment? Any powers not given to the federal government are reserved to the states or the people. Right. That which again, my argument is, well, it's not an argument, it's a fact. It makes sure that rights somewhere in the country are allowed. There's not one person at the federal government which says abortion, no abortion, gun rights, no gun rights, drinking age, no drinking age. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm giving the left an opportunity to actually use real words and be adults and say, okay, show me where on the doll Trump touched you. Okay, show me where. How many fit of a bull and then great bear around dangers of a dump? Well, okay, Fabio, dangers is one thing. Yeah, maybe there are dangers. I want to know the rights. And I think we're grasping at straws and coming up short because I don't think anywhere is, oh yeah, Trump wanted to take away your rights. Dre's right here. Dre's right here, Doc. Don't worry, your buddy's here. Doc Paradox, $5. My wife called from Nanjing where it was announced that Trump won officially. I could hear Chinese people cheering in the background. Laugh out loud. I like the fact a lot of people internationally like Trump. JJJS 279 Canadian. MicroStrategy issues bonds and buys Bitcoins. Thought. I don't know. What do you mean my thoughts? For what, the government to do that? They'd be incredibly reckless, especially with Bitcoin at above 100,000. The time for governments to buy Bitcoin or crypto was when it first came out, and for governments to say, or we're buying it now, before we announce we're going to accept it as a national currency. And then they would have made a shit ton of money. But what the fuck do I know? Paulie Baseman, £5 You always shout out my Gen X hose, Cappy. It stops me from exploding in public and being arrested. Great Britain. Best wishes, Cappy. Yeah, no problem. Oh, woes. I see. Just watch my video on how honor and truth are great weapons of revenge. That'll make you realize you just gotta let it be, man. You just gotta let it be, man. They're gonna fuck themselves up, man. Let the feminists get pissed off and shave their own heads, man. You don't have to lift a finger for them to punish themselves. Eric Powell, 10 generous dollars. People really don't understand how bad things are with the US dollar and the national debt. Every 3 months, we're racking up $1 trillion in interest alone. Yep. That's a them problem, Eric. Cappy, don't we all use currency? Yes, but I have diversified outside the US dollar, and I'm okay. I'm okay. Well, I mean, nuclear bomb goes off, no one's going to be okay. I am better off than most people because I have prepared. And no, you're right. People really don't. Look, Eric, let's forget rights versus entitlements. Most people don't know the difference between a million, a billion, and a trillion. They really don't. I'm talking college graduate. You go up to your average liberal arts graduate, say, what's the difference between a million and a trillion? And they won't be able to say it. You're like, the trillion is more? Yeah, how much more? Put your fucking phone down, you know? But let me guess, you're going to tell me how we ought to manage the world. Uber Noob, 85, $2. Trump took away bump stocks. You know what? You know what, Uber Noob? You're right. I'm going to mail you a wheat penny. You want a wheat penny? Uber Noob, that is correct. He did take away the right. That falls on the Republican right-leaning side, right? He did take away that right. Uber Noob, you email me, go to Asshole Consulting, email me if you want one. I will mail you a wheat penny. You are correct. Dre, $2. How much crypto do you have, Cappy? I have enough. How's that, Dre? I have enough. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. Link down below is a link to all my things, books, courses, both of which are all on financial management. So you don't have to worry about a collapsing dollar or any currency. Also got linked to my Amazon affiliate link. And then also I have a link to, the Subscribe Star account, my road trip podcast, which you got to be a member to do. Doc Paradox, $2. Hey, Dre, I bet Cappy shorts his crypto. Shorts, get it. Look at you. I'm going to go away now. See you guys later. Toodles.